touch this. You can't touch this. Break it down. Stop. Hammer time.
Welcome to this week's episode of Talking Footy. I'm your host with the most, Sean Buchanan, and with me, the man with a plan. Just call him Dan.
That's me.
And
That rhymes. I like that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I've been listening to some hip hop, Vanilla Ice. You know what I'm talking about.
Classic rap.
Looking good, mate. You're I've gone Heritage Round, Penrith this week. You've gone New Style, Newcastle by the looks of it.
That's alright. That's alright. New Knights jersey.
Look it up.
That's the one. Manly held together tough in the grand final replay. They did.
Yeah.
Low scoring, a brutal game there. The Broncos ended St George's Illawarra. The Steelers undefeated run. And
No, the Dragons undefeated run.
Dragons. Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
Dragons
yeah,
lost. The
Dragons
Steelers
lost.
playing well.
Steelers playing well. That's it. Unfortunately, and that was a pretty tight game in the end.
Yeah,
too.
it was a good game.
Warriors hit form against the Tigers. Tigers played.
Didn't they? What? No, Tigers weren't that bad, but they
Okay.
seen one injury
Yeah.
into any of their players, they just lose it. And once Tedesco went, so had their chance of winning.
That's it. And Warriors playing some good football too.
Yep.
Parramatta won the Battle of the West. Is that all we've got on that?
That is all we've got on that.
That's all we've got on that. Okay, alright. Moving on then.
Moving on!
The Bulldogs put the Storm to the sword. Huzzah!
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it was 14-12 at half time.
Mm.
40
And they
to
just made it
12.
happen. And the Dogs too, not playing great football, just turning it around.
Yeah, when they beat teams, they beat them.
And speaking of that Canberra upset, the increasingly disappointing South.
Increasingly disappointed.
Put on some serious points.
Glory, glory to who cares?
To the Raiders. Newcastle won an emotional game, and so they showed it against Cronulla at the old. Well, it wasn't the old boys, but it was at the old Hunter Stadium there.
Yep.
And finally, the Titans edged out the Cowboys literally by a single point, and it was good win for Titans.
Yeah, very good win
After
for
a
them.
disappointing start of the season, they against the Cowboys, you've got to be happy with that.
No, look, they've had. You know what they've done? They went home and they started taking teaspoons of fucking cement. They've hardened up.
Yeah, and some peptides.
Yeah. Oh, no peptides. No, blue pills.
Blue pills.
Hardened right up.
Yeah.
Except Luke Bailey. He's the uncle caught in his neck and he's been stiff for a week. Moving on for that very poor joke. Andrew Fafita signed $1 million deal. $3.2 million.
Signed a memorandum of understanding, which is pretty much all of the way there.
A memorandum of understanding.
Which is almost all the way there, and then just...
According to this cocktail napkin, I'm playing for you next year.
Yeah, but I don't want to be, and I'd rather be playing union
Yeah,
because for some reason I want to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, he decided to use the Josh Dugan book of contract negotiations. I'm going to get on social media and slag off some people.
Yeah, and lose my awesome contract with the
Yeah.
club.
Wah, 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 wah.
Unbelievable.
Oh, what he's gone from this very quickly.
It's just, mate, it's, I was talking to other blokes today, this week, sorry, and the feel is that, oh no, he's a young bloke, he didn't know what he was doing, sort of thing. It's like, well, when there's millions of dollars on the line, someone has to at least tell you what to do in these situations and how not to fuck this shit up,
Exactly. If the player manager's smart enough to try and get you all that money, he should be smart enough to keep all that money in his pocket.
Exactly. I bet the player manager's spewing. That would have netted him a serious sum.
He's like, but I was looking for the 20 inches on my new Ferrari. These 19 inches don't cut it. Player managers, they're real good for the game. But much more serious news, obviously filtered through during the week. Alex McKinnon's injury, it seems to be much worse than first hoped. Obviously we were going off just hope to begin with. There have been reports that he could be a quadriplegic or a paraplegic, but they're not confirmed by the NRL, the club or the family.
Yeah.
However, there's nothing been denied. The doctors and the hospital, everybody, they've just said that he's in a stable yet critical condition, and we're not going to know the full extent yet, but obviously
it takes time. We'll see how we go.
The rugby league world, as well as the rest of the world, really opened our hearts for him. So
absolutely,
look, good best of luck to the McKinnon family. But also obviously young Jordan McLean.
In a lose-lose situation.
Yeah,
Young Jordan McLean is copped 7 weeks for the tackle after pleading not guilty, which you can see that he would plead not guilty because...
I have no problem with him pleading not guilty. I have no pleading him. I've obviously was directly to judiciary. There was no charge against him because it went straight to it. And there's...
7 weeks seems a bit harsh, but I mean, what do you do?
But yeah, apparently 6 weeks of that was because of the severity of the injury.
Yeah.
You can't look at the injury caused. You have to look at the tackle itself to actually do it. But
it probably deserves
how does the judiciary get that out of their head? You know.
Yeah, exactly right.
So good luck to Jordan McLean for the next 7 weeks. Obviously, train hard,
young fella, and get back into it when the time comes. I'm sure you get another shot. Absolutely.
Just go hard on your PlayStation or something. Hey, like fool, throw yourself into something because just sitting there stewing over it's not going to be any good. So. Yeah. Good luck to you, mate, and obviously good luck to the McKinnon family because I know everyone's rooting for you. Moving on to something a bit more normal for this show, is our first and favourite segment of the show: who's shit house and who's shit hot. Dan, who's made your shit house this week, mate?
Mate, it's got to be Fafita, right? First, doesn't show up to be my first try scorer the other week. Absolutely disappointing. And now he's crying about, what, $850,000 a year down the drain? Apparently he's inconsolable, and I'm wondering why. Like, you know,
mate,
is that all?
That's poor form. First of all, he doesn't get you paid.
I know, right?
And now he's not getting paid. Come as a bitch.
Inconsolable, I've heard. Just go back to your shit house and continue being inconsolable. Shit hot though.
Yeah.
Raiders. Yeah. Of course it was. Yeah. Well, of course it's going to be, mate. Killing South. 22-0 half time. Yeah. Mate, we put on the early points. We played good football and, you know, beat the better side. We were the better side against the side that's supposed to be the better side.
Better man.
Better man. I think there's once every season where the Raiders are long odds and end up coming good. Probably should have bet on them, but, you know, these things happen. Yeah, what about you, mate? Exactly. Shit house? Shit hot. What's on your shit house?
Mate, we've touched on this. For the guy, many a times, for the people who have been loyal to the show from day dot, we love you guys. Good stuff. It's great to see you guys still watching us in rehab. But, 2-referee system. It is woeful.
It is.
And, mate, I've been waxing lyrical about how bad it is. Thankfully, now I'm not the only one. So it's not just sports media that's come out and started to slam them. It's also the coaches and some of the players. Finally, everyone's seen the light. Yeah. The differing opinions from the officials are screwing up penalty counts, confusing the players. Everybody's getting pissed off and confused. You don't confuse a football player. No. They go out and ruin an $850,000 contract. Yes.
Andrew, why are you so inconsolable? I'm just penalty counting. I don't know.
Hand on the ball.
Hand on the ball, isn't it? That's how the money works.
So yeah, guys, fix it. Get the people back in the crowd. Give the touchies something to do again. Yeah. They're not even putting their flag up anymore. No. They just
video ref.
Video. Yeah,
video ref.
I don't know. I wasn't looking.
No. Or just make it the video ref. No ref on the field. Video refs.
Or instead of that, just go back to the one referee system.
That's it.
What really caused everyone to open their eyes was watching the Rugby League World Cup.
Yep.
Every single game, international rules, one referee. Guess what? Works a trick.
International rules should be international rules anyway. We should all be under the same rules. Yeah. That's what I think.
That's
anyway.
Fantastic. Yeah. Moving on. Shit hot.
Shit hot, yeah.
Titans tough man Greg Bird.
Classic.
In Greg Bird, we trust.
Yeah.
Right. Normally he keeps his fantastic games for the rep games. When he's in the sky blue jersey or the green and gold of Australia, he is always on fire. But first 4 rounds of this year, even when the Titans have been getting shellacked in some of those games, he's been the one shining light.
He was killing it last week.
Oh, killed.
He did strike some fear in the opposition. I was seeing that there were dropped balls from seeing Greg Bird rush up in defence.
It's not because he's the biggest bloke. No. It's not because he's the strongest bloke. He's the most aggressive and in your face. He's been like that since day dot, and he's fantastic.
Unapologetic about it too.
Exactly.
Which is why it works at rep level.
Exactly. He's there to play footy, and he wants you to know about it. And thankfully, we've noticed.
Yep.
Greg Bird, love you. Can't wait to see you. You will finally deserve it. It'll be the best when you lift up that shield along with Paul Gallen, because I know you will. Oh, I know you will. Yeah, it's coming. Whew, I'm getting all steamy.
Well, you might even call it shit hot. Oh,
Ah!
I pooped myself.
Totally gonna put in a that's the joke for you.
That's the joke. Ah, classic. Well,
now's the time where we look back, like to when I actually had a beer at the start of this episode in reminiscing. Dan,
yeah.
Do you remember the Super League?
Remember pretty much every single game except for the grand final. All the ARL grand final. I actually watched a lot of football as a young lad that season.
Yeah.
But I was in the United States of America for the grand final and didn't get to watch it, and just sort of had to ask someone when I got home.
Oh, as they say in America, sorry about your damn luck.
Damn straight, man, damn straight. Well, how'd the grand final go?
Yeah. Well, interesting this week. 19 years ago
19 years
was when they actually did the fell swoop and signing up all the players.
Mm-hmm.
The midnight bang in, Murdoch's boys got them all to sign away from Kerry Packer's boys. It was big news. Yeah, it wasn't just massive. Some wingers. It was Australian captain Laurie Daly.
Yep.
It was, they signed clubs of players.
Yep.
It was huge.
Massive.
The Civil War that's still keeping people out of the game.
Well, but at the same time, it was really good for the game.
It was
for the players, because once everyone sort of pulled their heads in, we have the NRL as we know.
Exactly, it was the catalyst they needed.
Mm-hmm.
It was the players that were underpaid and were now finally getting paid what they were worth. A lot of people getting paid overs, but it all evened out in the end.
Yep.
Clubs that were surplus. I mean, come on, the South Queensland Crushers,
really,
the Adelaide Rams,
really.
We
gave a rat to the Western Reds, and
they're coming back. Don't you worry about that.
But Hunts and Mariners, come on now.
Yeah, come on. But and also they brought in stuff like the video referee.
Mm-hmm.
They brought a different level of professionalism to the game. So as much as some people are still out there, haters gonna hate, it actually did bring the game forward. It's probably a bit ahead of its time, and the way it went about its business was wrong.
Yeah,
but Super League,
2 steps back, but 6 steps forward, essentially.
We remember you. Mm-hmm. And it also gave a lot of young bucks a chance to get out there and get their contracts.
Absolutely.
Without them, there'd be no Melbourne Storm.
Mm-hmm.
There's fact.
Yeah.
So there wouldn't be.
Well, I was kind of on the Pro Super League, but now I'm kind of hating them.
Hey, from a Canberra and Penrith, 2 Super League teams, good times.
Yeah,
So we made the finals again.
Yeah.
Good times. Loving it. Time to move to one of our new favourite segments, not just ours, all of you, especially you, Steve. You know you are. It's now time for the Hodges Highlight.
What's he done this week?
His actions speak more than words. Look at this. You can't teach that. That's talent.
That is talent. We have some bad caviar or something.
Apparently he's back this week. We'll see. Love it. Alright, now I know a bit more of the rugby league proper side of things. Comes the hot topic. Now in the paper this week, I'm not going to say favourite, it's definitely on the other end of the spectrum.
He seems to get a lot of airtime on the Talking Footy show, so I suppose we'd call him
Talking Footy's own!
Affiliate, possibly? Reluctant affiliate, I believe.
Reluctant affiliate, definitely. Buzz Rothfield, editor-at-large, wanker at most. But he's come up with, and he put it in print, a 2-conference system to even out the NRL draw. And I've got to say,
at first glance, it actually didn't.
99% of it was bang on.
It was pretty good.
Pretty good. He had every single Sydney club inside the one conference, every out of Sydney team in the other conference, including a new team from Perth, another team. Yeah, another team from Queensland at the very least. Yeah, probably a second.
Probably Brisbane, because that would make sense.
Yeah. It works. It works. There's 25 rounds.
Imagine Derby Day. Imagine essentially Derby Day every fucking weekend. That'd be.
Therein lies one of the problems. Everything else.
I'm a Canberra fan, so that would suck.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, get to go to a home game in
the finals.
Maybe. They're playing an away game in Warriors in New Zealand. But if you're going to play a team twice every time, it might as well be a team inside your own conference.
Yeah,
that's fine. The only problem is obviously Sydney teams wouldn't have to travel that much.
Whereas the others, yeah.
However, on the other end of that, in the early years, Brisbane did that anyway. Melbourne is still doing that.
Yep.
And they haven't had a problem whatsoever. It tends to bring the teams together. So who knows if that would work or not.
The con that I found with that was that you might, with any conference problem, is that if you have 4 red hot sides in one conference and 1 red hot side in another conference, you're just going to have a dog shit conference.
Yeah.
And not the way the salary cap works at the moment, it's not going to be like that.
I understand. I understand exactly.
But that is a problem that you'll find possibly in you put them all in the finals, and then one conference just goes hallelujah, and the other conference just see you later.
Yeah, I see your point. They had the problem in Super Rugby a couple of years back where the Australian teams were doing rubbish, but they're guaranteed at least one final spot.
Yeah,
and
right.
One of the South African teams, one of the New Zealand teams were like, well, we've got better records than these guys, and we still can't play finals.
Yeah.
So I see what you're talking about, but once again, the salary cap does do it. And look, the Warriors have been successful up and down. Brisbane remains successful. Canberra's always in the mix in the lower half of the 8 at least. Newcastle, the same thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of the out of town teams will be good. But the guarantee...
Newcastle be in or out?
Newcastle's out.
Okay.
They're out of Sydney CBD.
Okay.
Well, so most teams, but they're out of Sydney. So South Sydney these days, out of
really,
Sydney CBD. But and it worked. Even Origin standalone weekends, I applaud it. I used to be flat out against it, but being of that age, where when New South Wales win, you get absolutely legless and try to turn up to work the next day, and it's not a good idea. Having a Sunday there really helps. But also, you can turn it into a proper weekend. You know.
Are we doing that this year?
Let's try. Yeah, let's do our best to get there.
No, I mean the Origin.
Yeah, let's do our best to get there.
It's on the weekend.
No, it's not. It's on a Wednesday night.
It is on Wednesday.
Of course on Wednesday night.
So we're still going to get legless and
we're still going to get
still have to go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But we'd like to improve that.
Yeah.
The only problem I had with his draw at all was, for some reason, he moved in the alternate weekends between Origin. He moved the Nines tournament in there and City Country.
Too busy.
No. Start of the year, you've got a bit more extra time now. Put in the Nines and the Indigenous All-Stars in concurrent weeks.
And it gets people's head back in the footy game after the off-season. You know, that's what it's sort of. It's like introducing, getting you excited for footy again.
That weekend, both weekends, when the Nines and the inaugural, well, not the inaugural, the Indigenous All-Star games on, have every other team play trials in country areas. Done. And keep the City Country game on the same weekend as the Australia, New Zealand Anzac Test. It works because people do actually force their way into the New South Wales team, i.e. Andrew Fafita. So Buzz, I know you're a hater. I know you're a hater of City Country, but ask Alex McKinnon how much that country jersey means to him now. Alright? So, Buzz, you're still a wanker, but it's a damn good idea.
But you made a good point. And we're going to acknowledge that. Reluctant affiliates. Mate, this is time. Now, I saw some good tits out there this week, but I'd have to say mine goes to the wife. Sean? For the tits of the week, right? No, but in all seriousness, we got tits of the week.
In all seriousness.
In all seriousness.
Sorry, I was just thinking about boobies then, you son of a bitch.
It happens. Hey, talking footy, not boobies.
Isn't that why we got into advertising, titties and beard?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Anyhow, moving on. My tip of the week, I've been pretty good with my tips, to be honest. We're putting your money down. I'm going to take this week Rabbitohs versus St George Illawarra at the SCG. Big game. We've already set Saturday night. It's really weird. We don't know why. It should be a Sunday Arvo or Saturday Arvo.
Afternoon.
Yeah, it's Arvo
family time.
Put your money on the Dragons to take a first half, second half. Go to half-time, full-time double. And I'm leading at half-time and leading at full-time.
Because that's exactly what's going to happen. Absolutely.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, it's going to be good money to pay you. You can put money down for just for the win head-to-head, but this will actually get you some money in the pocket. And
then turn that into a double for the derby, the talking footy derby. Canberra and Penrith at Centrebet Stadium. I'll tell you what. Raiders will probably be paying more. So if you double that into your St George bet, that's a thing. Raiders, red hot form.
I don't know if they'll be paying more. I don't know. I haven't seen the form. I think it's pretty close.
I think it's pretty close, but I think still Penrith at home with their home record against the Raiders is probably going to put them out as favourites.
Yep.
Even they played good footy last week, but they lost, and the Raiders coming off a good win against South.
Yep.
But my tip's got to be Raiders. It's got to be there.
Fair enough. Put money on the Raiders. Throw your money away if you will.
Yeah, if you must.
That about wraps this week's show up. I'd like to thank our sponsors, eBay seller, Phillips79. So many good DVDs.
Lots of
There's so many. I really want to have time to put some of our more videos into the show, but he's given me so many, I can't stop until I watch them all.
No.
And they're brilliant. And you guys will be getting all of that. In fact, go have a look. Even look on his Facebook page, Rugby League DVDs. He's even got the country games up there. And you know how we love country rugby league. And also the Car Hole Tavern. They're doing a bit of refurb at the moment, but come on in, they'll serve you a drink. Don't you worry about that.
For free, apparently.
No RSA.
Don't forget to like our Facebook page and, you know, do stuff on Facebook like everyone does.
Tag me.
Tag me? I don't know. Is that a thing? That sounds like a sexual thing. I don't even know. I do know. Go to Facebook. Talking Footy. Go to Talking Footy. www.talkingfooty.com. Also go there because that place is good.
It is good.
Footy. And talking of the footy.
Yeah, I've been a bit of banter lately with the AFL fan, and it's been like good banter too, not just you suck, no, you suck. Yeah. It's been this is my point. This is my counterpoint.
This is my point, but louder. If you can convey that through text, which you can.
Of course you can.
All caps.
Caps lock. It's been done, and 3 exclamation points proves it.
Yes. In fact, put some ones after your exclamation points. That proves that you've jammed it so hard, and then put your finger off the shift button, and that's how talking you are about footy.
Yeah.
.com.
Talking Footy.
Talking Footy. This is Sean and Dan. Talking Footy. We're going. We'll see you later.
Yo!
And that's the end of that chapter.